don't focus on making yourself better in school, then you're going to enjoy 5 years and suffer 50 years.
Words of wisdom to our young people. Hear more as students and adults talk the things them during Boys' Day celebrations at Jose Marti Technical High. Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in to Jamaica Magazine on this busy Friday evening. You've made an excellent choice. Also in the show today, we take you behind the scenes of training activities involving the Jamaica Fire Brigade. Jamaica Magazine has something for everyone, from the toddlers to our treasured senior citizens. We'll kick off the lineup with the news and other messages.
Is your silence worth the life of a child? Report child abuse. Call the Office of the Children's Registry at 1-888-PROTECT. Be the change. Speak out. Protect our children.
Good day, I'm Stacey Ann Smith and this is your JIS News for Friday, March 21. Jamaica and other Caribbean countries are celebrating a victory in their fight to make travel from the United Kingdom to the Caribbean cheaper. The countries had been lobbying to lower the air passenger duty APD rates for travel from the UK to the region, asking that it be the same as flights to the United States. British Chancellor of the Exchequer George Osborne has announced the axing of the contentious APD bans. Effective April 2015, the travel tax will be simplified into a two-band system. Band A for short-haul flights of less than 2,000 miles from London and Band B for long-haul flights of more than 2,000 miles from London. Tourism and Entertainment Minister Dr. Wicker McNeil has welcomed the change. Meanwhile, following the announcement of plans by Transaero Airlines to withdraw services to Jamaica for the summer, the regional director of the Jamaica Tourist Board in Europe has been dispatched to Moscow, Russia. Transaero's announcement comes in the wake of political developments in Russia that have resulted in dramatic currency fluctuations in that country. The Tourism Ministry says it's important to keep in touch with the market and protect the gains Jamaica has made in that region. The long-awaited Flexi Workweek Bill is to be tabled in Parliament next Tuesday. The legislation will amend existing labour laws to allow businesses to institute longer opening hours.
It will give scope to enterprises that want to do additional production work. It will enable management and workers to work different modalities in respect of the time that persons can work by law and to be compensated as such.
The Labour and Social Security Minister made the announcement in a press briefing just before he toured plant operations at the Caribbean Cement Company Limited. More ambulances are coming for the public health sector. Health Minister Dr. Fenton Ferguson made the announcement while handing over an ambulance to the Ministry of National Security Tuesday for the transportation of wounded police officers.
I've ordered an additional 10 that is being processed now, and it is my intention annually to bring in a minimum of 10 ambulances till we get to where we want to be.
The Health Minister said having an adequate fleet of ambulances in the system was one of the ways to reduce cost in public health management, as it eliminates the need for renting. Government has acquired technology to combat predial larceny, allowing police officers to confirm the origin of produce found on persons during routine stop and search operations. The software was developed by a group of fellows under the Code for the Caribbean Fellowship Program. Law enforcers can use it to send text messages to an automated system to determine whether agricultural produce was purchased from farmers registered with the Rural Agricultural Development Authority or the Jamaica Agricultural Society.
We consider this initiative a positive step in the right direction.
Meanwhile, the Agriculture Ministry is providing more opportunities for Irish potato farmers to improve their operations and grow more. Farmers from Manchester, St. Elizabeth, Clarendon and Trelawney recently took part in an exchange program to build best practices.
We choose some of the best farmers like Mr. Sital to take other farmers to learn best practices and to integrate them to develop the whole Irish potato business in terms of marketing, technology transfer, sale, and how they do Irish potato farming differently in different areas. And then we will assimilate this and get the best practices from this.
The exercise was organized by the Rural Agricultural Development Authority to support expanded Irish potato production and cut back on imports. The Agriculture Ministry is working towards satisfying the demand for table Irish potato by producing up to 1,600 hectares within these farm areas by 2015-2016. And finally, the Ministry of Industry, Investment and Commerce is working with the Northern Caribbean University, NCU, to establish a business process outsourcing BPO hub at the institution.
The business process outsourcing industry, which is a critical link in the global business chain. And I'll be working very closely, Mr. President, to ensure that this campus, like the University of the West Indies, become a major actor in the business process outsourcing industry.
The Portfolio Minister was speaking recently at a logistics hub symposium at the university. The BPO hub at NCU will form part of government's plans to build out approximately 1 million square feet of space for the sector during the next 3 to 5 years. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stacey Ann Smith. Thank you for watching.
Play is very important to the development of children. It allows them to use their creativity and develop their imagination. Through play, children interact with the world around them. They learn how to work in groups, share and resolve conflicts.
They learn rules and they learn about respecting others and waiting turns and setting their own rules and guidelines for their games.
Set limits, but allow your children to play. It will help them develop the confidence and resilience needed to conquer future challenges.
Do you remember these prank sayings from primary school? Girls are made of sugar and spice and everything nice, but boys are made of slugs and snails and puppy dog tails. Well, the boys at Jose Marti Technical High are definitely not in that category. School Zone visited them during Boys' Day 2014.
They can't keep a good man down, always keep a joy when they want me to frown.
It's all about the boys today on School Zone. Yes, it's Boys' Day at Jose Marti Technical High School and we're giving you highlights. Stick around.
Swear!
Trabajando y estudiando para el hombre total. That's Spanish for working and studying to be the total man. It's the motto for the Jose Marti Technical High School in St. Catherine. Quite fitting for its annual Boys' Day celebrations, where we were schooled that the males of this institution see themselves as men. So why have a Boys' Day?
We are always looking for things to motivate our boys. We know that in Jamaica, the rate at which our boys are performing is not like the girls, and so we're always trying to find means by which we can motivate them, recognize their efforts, because our boys here have been improving steadily over the years.
You come to school and they teach you about chemistry, so you can be a chemist. You come to school, they can teach you about mathematics, so you can be a mathematician. But the most important thing in our life, which is to be men. To be a man is to represent God himself, to represent Christ. And that we need training for.
Rise to the occasion, look at yourself and say you're strong. No one can stop you.
Over 300 young men came out for the Jose Marti Technical's Boys' Day. Your attitude determines your altitude was the driving theme for an exciting program which saw successful men encouraging the young boys to follow in their footsteps.
One thing I know, the wise man learns from the mistakes of others, while the foolish man learns from his own mistakes.
So if we are talking about a better country in the future, you must be very involved in it because of your country in the future. That's how it about. Everybody preview me, I say. Good. So if that means that the development of the country is dependent on the young people, then the young people have to first develop themselves. All on have potential. All on have great potential. But potential by itself is nothing. If you don't focus on making yourself capable, if you don't focus on making yourself better in school, then you're going to enjoy 5 years and suffer 50 years.
This message of adopting a positive, uplifting attitude wasn't relegated to a day's activities. At Jose Marti, the Boys' Day agenda was bigger than this single event, and we saw the fruits of those efforts on our visit.
This is all done by the students of the Jose Marti Technical High School, the agriculture and vocation in specific. These are all grown on our school farm, and they are cared for by the students, and we harvest them and we sell them to members of staff, and the money will go back into the school's budget, and we'll just continue the procedure. What they're trying to instill in us that no matter what, you need a trade to fall back on, because we don't know where we will sway in the future. So
raising chicken, it is very easy and simple. The chicken takes 6 weeks to properly grow and we're ready to kill. The basics need like to clean the poultry properly, give them food and water.
Oops! Yes, we got a fright from the chicken. But back to Daniel, who asserts that it's become a profitable venture.
Work is very hard to find, miss, and this is a trade that would last forever.
And what a talented group of young men the Jose Marti Technical High is producing. The Jose Marti boys were also joined by their peers from other schools. When we return, we hear from some of the boys sharing what they learned and catch other snapshots of the day's activities.
We're from the Jose Marti Technical High School, and you're watching School Zone.
Welcome back. Now, if you think a man can't cook, then you obviously haven't met the Jose Marti Chicos. Yes, that's Spanish for boys. A critical part of the day was showing that boys do have a role in the kitchen. Other activities included a quiz testing their knowledge and aptitude, plus lots more. So how important was this day to the young men?
This Boys' Day activity is very important as it relates to boys' development. And in having activities like these, boys can get to realize their true potential, what they can do in order to develop themselves for the future.
It's a good thing because this has shown the young men of the society to be real men and to work hard.
School Zone thoroughly enjoyed the Jose Marti Boys' Day and support the empowerment of all our men. How encouraging is it to see all these young men involved, developing not only themselves but also their school and their wider community. As their theme for today says, your attitude determines your altitude. Till next time, for School Zone, I'm Tamara McKeel.
Rise to the occasion, look at yourself and say you're strong. No one can stop you, yeah. Rise to the occasion, go ahead, you know.
You know, I often hear people complaining about their water and light bills, saying they are too high. But what have we done to ensure that they come down to acceptable levels? Yes, conservation is key. But really, why do we need to go into the refrigerator 10 times in 1 minute? If we're cooking, we can decide what we want and then take them all out at once. Plus, if there is no one in the room, the lights don't need to be on. And what's up with this pipe running action while you're in the process of brushing your teeth? It doesn't make them any cleaner. Turn off the pipe until you're ready to actually use the water. Believe it or not, we can do some simple things to conserve water and electricity. Let's check ourselves and implement a plan. It will cut down on the amount of money we pay for utilities while ensuring that the precious commodities do not go to waste.
A message from the Bureau of Gender Affairs and the Dispute Resolution Foundation, paid for by the UN Women Fund for Gender Equality.
Earlier this week, the men and women from the Jamaica Fire Brigade sprung into action to get the fire at the Riverton City landfill under control. But their professional and swift response did not come by chance. It's as a result of strategic planning and world-class training.
Clad in yellow bunker gear with neon green stripes, grey undershirts and red suspenders, with gloves, boots and helmets to complete the outfit, are Jamaica's firefighters. These men and women work in unity to save lives and property by providing emergency firefighting and rescue services across the length and breadth of the island. They are the Jamaica Fire Brigade's finest. It takes hard work and commitment to be an everyday hero. Men and women from across the island are welcomed to join the league, but only if they can stay the course. From traveling at high speeds to jumping from high buildings, from walking through fire to wading in murky waters, the training that firefighters undergo is no easy task. It is said recruits come in a child and leave an adult.
This because the strenuous aspect of the jobs affects the mental and physical aspect of your being. And to carry these functions and to be exposed to all these different aspects as it relates to fire, put a strain on you.
Before you can become an active duty firefighter, you need to spend about 600 hours in training over the course of 12 to 14 weeks. That's somewhere between 40 and 48 hours per week, which makes firefighter training a full-time job. Training occurs at an academy which is run by the fire department.
When they come in, they come in with an acceptance letter which was given to them at the recruitment center, and that's a training office, of course. And this letter will tell them what to bring with them when they're coming into training. They are then introduced to the fire brigade and when it came into being, and with all of that, continuation takes them through 21 different subject areas, theory and practical.
From recruit to trainee to firefighter, the transformation is outstanding.
When you take a civilian from the street and to take him through the different steps to bring him to a level, that's where you see the importance of training, because the persons have been transitioned through from that stage to the stage of proficiency.
Before I came into the service, for me firefighting was playing dominoes and going to out of fire. But now that I'm actually here, I see that it's more than that. It's dedication, it's commitment, and it's teamwork. And our job, it's hard, it's stressful. What we do is worth it, because at the end of the day, somebody can say thank you because we saved a life, we saved a property, You know, we go all out.
You learn a lot. You learn how the deportment, how you carry yourself. You're a more disciplined person now. So overall, the trainers turn around how you operate, how you function. So right now I'm a totally different person.
Before, I was disciplined to a level. Time management was a factor for me. But coming through this process, I can manage my time, because in the training process, you don't have no time for yourself. You have to study, you have to prepare for inspection, you have the whole process to help us with time management.
For a career firefighter, becoming Lance Corporal is a first-level promotion in the department. Standard ranks range from firefighter, Lance Corporal, Corporal, Sergeant, District Officer, Assistant Superintendent, Deputy Superintendent, Senior Deputy Superintendent, Superintendent, Assistant Commissioner, Deputy Commissioner, and Commissioner. Want to become a firefighter? You need to be a Jamaican citizen between the ages of 18 and 33, have a high school diploma or equivalent, and have a clean criminal record.
They'll do an entry exam, after which they'll do an interview, and then we'll conduct a medical examination of persons to move forward, and also a physical assessment to see if they're physically adapt to carrying out the rigorous tasks required of them.
When called to serve near or far, he's always ready to shine as a star. In difficult places, he's sometimes sent, and over casualties, he's usually bent. In any case of emergency, he approaches the scene with bravery. With skillful hands and balanced mind, it's always said he was just on time. When all is well without a flame, the firefighter packs and makes no claim, returns to base, re-signs his name, and prepares to be called again. Jamaica's firefighters, or everyday heroes. For more information on the Jamaica Fire Brigade, visit their website, www.jfb.gov.jm, or call 922-2523 or 922-0007.
We want a productive Jamaica. We all are productive Jamaicans. Productivity to move forward on this land. Productivity, that's the way to go, we should understand. Productivity is the way to go for all us Jamaicans. Small business, big business, old and young, we are tell every woman and man. We want growth and prosperity, free a better nation with a building plan. So we can build our product and sell our product and put more money in our hand. Our economy can rise to a level and build a better nation. Productivity to move forward on this land. Productivity, that's the way to go, we should understand. Productivity to move forward on this land. Productivity, that's the way to go, we should understand. Productivity.
Productivity, pathway to prosperity. A message brought to you by the Jamaica Productivity Center, a department of the Ministry of Labor and Social Security.
We're also celebrating World Poetry Day on Jamaica Magazine. Be inspired by the Jamaica Cultural Development Commission's creative writing competition.
Lovers of prose and poetry. This week's arts page is for you. Hello and welcome.
As I thought of running, he said, I'm faster. I thought of giving in. He said, I like a challenge. I said, let's be reasonable. I'll fight as hard as I can, or you can give me a head start and I'll run as fast as I can. He said, I like your spirit. Ready, set, go.
Liked what you just saw? Well, stick around. The arts page unfolds now. The Jamaica Cultural Development Commission has a standing mission to showcase the talents and cultural expressions of Jamaicans. One of its vehicles this year is a creative writing exhibition tour, the offshoot of the 2013 Jamaica Creative Writing Competition. A visit to your local parish library will offer up views of the award-winning works.
Your fiction can take you into paths unknown to you. It can elicit strong emotions from your readers. It can be a catalyst in somebody's life. It can provide hypotheses to guide others doing research in the more formal scientific procedure. And not to forget, it can transform your own life.
JCDC's creative writing competition transformed the lives of the 50 recipients of 50 awards of merit, gold, silver and bronze trophies and cash, recognition, motivation and a chance to celebrate.
Give thanks and praises, we are still alive. So put your hand in the air and for the pretty little island. Look how me irate, look how me sexy. Me look like a book says, but me standing easy. So while we dancing tonight, hey.
I'm telling you before, I'll follow you anywhere, my love.
Lord, thank you for me, but she was truly a gift.
Jack, you're not thinking about jumping off this cliff?
You say you follow me anywhere I go. Let's promise you, man.
I'm real, Jack, but I'm just afraid. Give me a hand, feel on my heart a pump.
Them coming balloon, man. Jump!
By the end of the show, all 14 parishes were well represented on the medal podium, with highest honors going to Trelawney resident Gloria Malcolm Foster. Second place, or most outstanding writer, went to St. James's own Ava Gay Bennett, while first-time entrant Ambrosine Simpson secured the third prize.
Death walked with me, a shadowy companion for a while, and then he touched me, caressed me, running his ivory hands all over, resting on my breast, nestling to the left, like a bird in a cozy nest. Death whispered to me, intimately, only to me, a doctor's voice rasping, "Cancer."
Other amateur and professional writers were richly rewarded for their creative entries in the categories of poetry, short stories, novels, essays, and plays.
By virtue of your participation in our world, you with your gift of imagination and your ability to communicate in words and on paper are more than writers, you're social scientists as well. Our world needs to see what you see. I encourage you fiction writers to continue looking at our society and with your beautiful language to so package your findings that they're accessible to all of us.
The 2013 JCDC Creative Writing Awards ceremony provided the perfect platform to celebrate 50 years of rewarding Jamaica's literary expressions with the release of the Commission's Gold Anthology. A collection of gold medal-winning short stories from festivals held between 1999 and 2006, the anthology features writings from Carol Edwards, Michael Record, and Dion Jackson Miller. That's it from us on this episode of The Arts Page. I hope you were enticed to go out and view the works of our budding and seasoned writers. Who knows, it could influence your own foray into the literary arts. I know I'll be at my local parish library this weekend. See you there.
And that's how we close the pages of Jamaica Magazine for this Friday. Thanks for spending time with us. Let's keep the relationship going. Send feedback to Jamaica Magazine at jis.gov.jm. Follow us on Twitter at JIS News and visit our website, jis.gov.jm. I'm Audrey Williams. Have yourselves a great weekend.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.